Hi, my name's Shannon Sullivan, and I'm a professor of philosophy at UNC Charlotte, and I'm going to be running a CTI seminar on white privilege, or we're going to call it Frankly Speaking White Privilege, because it's not just going to go through some of the usual motions of talking about white privilege, but trying to be really honest with a lot of real-life examples about what white privilege is, how it works, and criticisms of the concept too. I got interested in this. I've been working on issues connected with race and whiteness for almost 20 years. And I got motivated to do so as a teacher when I was working with my students in class on issues of gender. I had some really uncomfortable guys in the class who weren't sure that they wanted to learn about feminism or think about gender. And I had some really body language like this in the class. And so I tried to think, how could I reach out to them and have this be a space where people had really different ideas about this, all felt comfortable coming together to talk about this issue. And I started thinking, well, how would I feel as a white person if people were criticizing whiteness around issues of race? Would I feel that way? Like, how would I reach out to me as that student to try and bring in different perspectives so everyone could come in and talk about this? And I had this moment when I was 33 years old and I realized I'd never once thought about my whiteness and how it affects anything I do as a teacher, as a parent, as a daughter, and so that got me thinking and working on, so what is this thing, whiteness, and how does it? And then I started learning and reading about white privilege and other concepts. So my motivations as a teacher, really, reaching out to students, but it's also in my own life, my own lived life, as especially as I became a parent, and I'm a parent of two young daughters who are white, thinking about how is this shaping or structuring their lives? How do I think about that? Does that matter or not? When after Jim Crow's over, do all the laws get changed and race and white privilege sort of disappear or not? And I don't think they do. I think there's a lot to learn there. I'm particularly interested, so I teach college students, but none of us just pop into existence as adults we have all kinds of implicit understandings about race and whiteness, and they operate in our world in all kinds of concrete ways. But it doesn't just happen as an adult. We form these habits of thinking racially. Thinking as a white person or thinking as a person of color, or all these things happen, and they start at very young ages, and these habits get sedimented in ways that form who we are and how we act in the world. And so if there's any need to change some of these habits, which I think there is for white people, it's hard to do for adults. We've got to go back to looking at how these habits get formed in the first place. So this is part of why I'm particularly interested in looking at elementary school age kids, but also as that develops into middle school and high school kids. How are we learning, all of us, whatever our race, yours, mine, whatever, how are we learning different ways, how race operates, how white people continue to be privileged in our world, even after the end of Jim Crow, how this intersects with class, how does this intersect with issues of guilt and shame for white people, and I think that's a particularly important concept. So I want to have a frank discussion about this, and to be able to do that with K through 12 teachers is a gift to me, because I get to talk to college people, college students and college faculty about this all the time, but I want to talk to people who are working with K through 12 students when all this stuff is getting developed in implicit ways at the beginning. So I think I'll end there. I hope that you'll sign up for this seminar. I look forward to learning from you as much as hopefully you can learn some things from me, and we can work on this together. If you have questions about the specifics of the seminar, I welcome you to email me or get in touch